Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Yeah, you right there, Mr. Postman. Hey, Mr. Postman, look at me. Is there a package just waiting for me? Where's my box? Where's my box? What's in the box?
What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of What's in the Box with the crazy man himself, Sam Vera. So, today, I'm doing something different. I have a lot of books, and I received some of this in 2020, and the goal was to feature them on What's in the Box. So, I like reviewing physical books. Some of you guys are sending me PDFs. I will review them soon, but I really want to go through the Art of Invader Zim. And the reason why is because many years ago, George and I, during the Crazy Comics era, we were at the Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle. And we were excited. You know, I had Cosmic Wars and Duty, and he had Rush 5377. And we were there to promote, and we had a beautiful booth, big enough. I mean, we had a corner tables. So we had two 8-foot tables, caddy cornered on a corner with a big backdrop banner. We just looked great. And when we got there were lines. I mean, at least like Great Adventure lines around the block. And we were excited. We were like, payday. We're going to have fun. We're going to sell a lot of books. Then we realized they were all there for the creator of Invader Zim. And hence the reason why I decided, hey, I bought the book. I never really got through the book. So this is the first time I'm going through the book with you guys. But also, if you don't know, Invader Zim is an eccentric alien soldier from the planet Urk. He was banished from the Urkan Empire after nearly destroying his home planet on an early mission. And they tricked him into going to a rescue mission, a secret mission, and blah, 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 blah. So that's that. So first of all, the packaging on the book is beautiful. I love the dimensions of the book and the colors. So it's really good. So it's the Art of Invader Zim with foreword by Rebecca Sugar and written by Chris McDonald. And you open it up. It's just some graphics. Pretty cool. I like that. Here we go again with the logos. Pretty dope. Now I love this scene right here. You have this beautiful art. And written by Chris McDonald again. And is published by Abrams of New York. And so then you have your table of contents. You have your foreword. You have a small press, big studio. Looking forward to knowing what that is. Then we have Zim, the Invader Earth Deserves. And then Constant Horror, Unending Terror, A Secret Comics Laboratory, and Cinematic Zim. And then here is a storyboard. A piece from a storyboard. And there's a whale. And a door and some worms and stuff. So here's the foreword. I'll probably just read off the first paragraph. When I get a chance to meet fans of my cartoons, Steven Universe, there's usually a lot of crying and hugging involved. I'm often asked if I'm surprised by the intensity of the fan base, but I'm not surprised at all. It's something I truly understand because of Invader Zim. And then it goes on. Oh, some pretty deep stuff. So he goes, the 90s weren't the best time to be a queer kid. I entered middle school cautiously optimistic and came out the other side sure that I was unlovable garbage. Wow, this is some deep stuff. First of all, unlike most of my classmates, I didn't stop liking cartoons, so I was also a nerd, which at the time was not cool. Was not at all cool. But then suddenly, like fate, there was Invader Zim. Its particularly misanthropic point of view hit me exactly at the right time. So basically, an oddball connected with an oddball. And I'm saying that not out of disrespect. We all know going to high school. High school is not easy at all. I remember going to high school. In junior high school, I was cool because the school that I went to had a lot of nerds. And I was a nerd. and I was cool in the high school, and I was well known in the junior high school, and I was well known, and it was a nice neighborhood. Then when I went to high school, it was in a different neighborhood, and a little rough, and I definitely was a nerd. I definitely stood out like a sore thumb because there were a lot of, it was during the big hip hop breakdancing craze era, and there were a lot of groups and gangs, and I definitely stood out, and I had to learn how to fight quick, so just to protect myself. So I get it, not being able to fit in, and thinking you're an outcast. I'm going to definitely read that. Definitely some powerful stuff there. So then we go over to, again, some great artwork, some sketches. I love sketch. I just love looking at other artists' sketches. I just love it. So here we go. So here is what I was interested in: is small press, big studio, the history of Invader Zim, and I like this part right here. Because that's what I bought the book, is because I want to know the history. I want to see the conceptual art, but I also want to know the history. In a hostile galaxy, Earth had grown soft. Once a savage planet ruled by gigantic, terrible dinosaurs, time passed and it became populated with patchy-haired primates. I like that. So, surprised. I'm not thinking that was what I was looking for. Surprising. Remarkably small invader burst into the... Okay. That's what I want. The event was orchestrated by the almighty Taurus, the supreme... Okay. All right, I want to know about the small press. All right, comic beginnings. That's what I'm looking for. So here we go. You have some really cool artwork here. Again, I love the simplicity of the art. I love the use of blacks here. So elsewhere on Earth, around the year of 1990, Earth year, Janon Vasquez was attending East San Jose's Mount Pleasant High School, where he would often be found sitting in the corner of some classroom or huddled in the cafeteria writing and drawing. So reading this, it brings me back to high school, because I remember sitting in the back of the class, and I have all of my loose leaf books from high school. Tell me I'm sick. Tell me I'm crazy, but I have all of them. And 75% of it is filled with illustrations and short stories. And I remember I would sit in the back of the class drawing, and I would always get busted. And in high school, in my sophomore year, I had a history teacher named Mrs. Johnson. She used to call me Vinny Barbarino, because I had the hair, the look, but I was also too cool for school. I sat back, once I got past the nerd factor, I went into my own zone. I was still a nerd. I still sketched, and I still isolated myself. So that was, I like that. So you get to learn about the creator and his rise to success. He graduated in 92. That's pretty dope. So I'm definitely going to sit down and read that over a cup of joe. And then here, the use of blacks is just crazy. I'm afraid to use blacks in my drawing. I haven't mastered the art of inking or coloring, and that's what I've been working on lately on my coloring skills. Eventually, I'll work on my inking skills, because I'm just a tracer right now. Really cool promo right here. So you get to learn about the characters as a kid. Didn't see, so you hear still his bio, and you learn about it. Then you go into, you have some, again, some black and whites. And then here's a color. It looks like it was a Copic markers that were used on this. So this page, one of Jonen's earlier drawings of the little green guy. And then I like this. All his different angles of the character, which is pretty dope. This stuff is what I love. I mean, everywhere, he picked up, I could tell you how many lined writing pads I have filled with sketches. So it just brings me back. I mean, high school was rough, but there were some good things about high school too. So we go into the color work, and so it looks like by the time I met Jonan, I had several successful projects behind me. One of the key points that I stressed that I really felt that I understood his creative voice, and that by working with me and by doing a project with Nickelodeon, we wouldn't ruin the brand. Definitely got to read this. So then here, what are we seeing here? So this is 4 pages of the Invader Zim show Bible created by Jonan that describe 2 of the main characters, Zim and Dib, in detail. The 28-page Bible also featured descriptions of Gaz, Gur, and the robo-parents, Mrs. Bitters, Professor, Membrane, and the mighty tallest. Swollen-eyed ball members, a spooky chihuahua, a harmless dog that creeps out Zim, and the friends of the... Interesting. Interesting. So, when they say Bible, I can tell you right now, when I was pitching my story, The Nailing in My Toilet, to the networks, one of the things they requested was a Bible. And so I had to go and produce that for Circle of Confusion, which was the management company that was representing me at the time. Basically, a Bible, it gives you synopsis of every issue in the series. So I had a 12 issue series, so I had to write a synopsis of every issue, plus I had to have all the primary and secondary characters and their bios in there as well. So it's pretty cool. Sample episodes. So here we go. Here's a sample episode. Zim's opportunity at redemption. Having almost completely destroyed his home planet during the operation impending Zoom. So here, each one of these describe each episode in one paragraph. That is pretty dope. Look, for all you guys that are looking to create brands and looking to try to get an animation, you need to pick up this book. This is really, really cool stuff. What I also like about this book is that on the bottom, they describe what you're seeing on each page. So here above, additional model sheets and 2 stills from the pilot episode, one of which shows the featured color key in action with additional special effects layered onto. So the color keys are critical. So one of the things I do with all my characters is I have a almost like a character spec, and I write out their colors. So all you have to do is just highlight the color on the color chart, and it'll give you the code for that color. And I write it next to each character, and I do it on a Photoshop. I do it in Photoshop, and so I'll have the character, and then I'll have the names of the colors. In the event I just want to type it in and just make sure I keep producing the same colors with the characters for the consistency. Or you could just have a model sheet that I usually have. I have all the characters lined up, and I usually have them open up on a separate tab. So when I'm coloring characters, I just go over with the selector, the color selector picker tool, hit the color, and then go from there. So whatever works for you, works for you. So then here we go. We have Team Zim assemble. So they talk about what happens after the successful pitch to the networks in 1999. The Zim Productions set about hiring a full crew. This is some cool stuff. It isn't unusual to pair an experienced artist with a series creator, and Nickelodeon brought on Steve Russell, ex-Klasky Cuspo Creative, to be the showrunner. Along with Steve, a gang of additional Klaskyites followed his lead to Zim when the word spread about Nickelodeon's new show staffing up. So that's pretty dope. Then here you got different perspectives and angles of the classroom, which is cool. This is key. Look at this. Beautiful. These are storyboards. I love this. This is why I wanted this book. If you're a fan of art, if you're a fan of cartoons, if you're a fan of the behind the scenes stuff, this is for you. You got to pick this up, man. Look at this. It's brilliant. You can't put a price on this stuff. I don't know if the light is too bright for you guys. Let me check. Maybe like that. Yeah, that's better. All right, cool. So, just look at that. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm looking up because so here's Brian. I'm not pronouncing these people's last names, but his name is Brian K. It was still early in my career, and I was coming off a couple of primetime animated series, which were creatively stifling environments. In those types of productions, a room full of writers and producers on the other side of town dictating everything, and the art animation crew were just expected to follow orders. As a result, I often didn't feel much like an artist, or like I could get more than one or two of my own visual ideas into an episode. Then I joined the Zim production, and it was the complete opposite. So I like that because environment, atmosphere, camaraderie, creativity is key, right? And I think when you hire talented people, you got to give them, some creative liberties to be able to help you build something into success. Why hire smart and talented people just to control them? I mean, Steve Jobs did a great thing when he bought Pixar, and he told them, do what you do best and tell me what you need from me. Bingo. Move on. So here's some other sketches. Pretty dope. I love this here. So you have him moving forward. And this is an animation walk cycle from the series pilot featuring Zim in his robotic armor. Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, look at this. Zim, the invader Earth deserves. Writing and designing the characters of Zim. So here's another one. That Earth is a world filled to the brink of madness, especially for children. When not locked up at the crazy house for boys, children attend school. All right, so that's more on the history of it. Look at this. This is what I mean. I love this. So some of the underlying structure in the designs of the average adult mouth chart and Zim himself. We take for granted how much work goes into this stuff. This is probably one of the best art of books I've seen so far. Crazy. Look at this. I can't say enough of this. This spread, various turnaround and special pose models of Zim, including the most horrible Christmas ever. Crazy. I remember one network executive told me after I went through multiple phases of the review board, one said, "Oh, they're gonna pass on it because the nailing in my toilet was too scatological." I had to go back and look it up. So what the hell are you saying? Why can't you speak English? And so I was very frustrated by that. Scatological, my keister. Beautiful. More storyboards, more facial expressions, mastering the look, I guess, for the artists, having references. Here's some scenes from the actual animation. There's a professor remembering turnarounds. That's dope. Guys and gals, if you're watching this, you need to pick this up. It's beautiful. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. Everything I've learned about pitching, about content creation, about storyboarding, I learned through books and what ifs. The art ofs. Art of books, I learned through YouTube. Look at this. Crazy. All the different characters that appear in Invader Zim. Oh, it's fantastic. This is just like your own library. Man. This is beautifully produced. Look at this, man. Wow. This spread, one of the 2 unfinished episodes that was partially developed when the series was canceled, was called The Trial. Zim is brought before the control brain for his existence evaluation by the almighty tallest and faces the possibility of being deemed defective and erased from history. Above are some of the character designs from this unfinished episode, including several scientist monsters, young versions of the tallest Mayuki, and Zim in a variety of costumes. So I wonder, what determines cancellation? You know, if it gets canceled in one country but it's popular in another, does this shut down all across, or they continue it in different licenses in different countries? That's a good question, Sam. I got to look into that and get back to you. Just more production, images. Love this. So, constant horror, unending terror, writing and designing the stories of Zim. Here we go. Look at this. Cinematic shots. Doesn't get any better than this. Nobody does it better. Understandably why there were so many lines at the peak of it, at the height of it. You know, I just did an episode of The Crazy 10 or Less where I talk about the it factor and what makes a property an appealing property, a hit property. I want to check that out. This is amazing. I really love this book. I'm going to sit down and just spend days and days and days going through this book. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you. Like, Sam, slow down. This is crazy. So this is Kyle Menke created these action maps for the episodes Dark Harvest, episode 4B, Walk of Doom, episode 3B, and Nanozim, episode 2B. I like this. So you see how you have the surface and then you have the stairs underneath. You know, they think of everything. Here's more storyboards, some angles. Nickelodeon. Man, I thought Disney and My Toilet would have been on Nickelodeon back then. We were so close. We were so close to the Kids WB picking it up, and then they changed hands. We're so close to Disney picking it up. We were so close. This is beautiful right here. More storyboards. This is the Halloween Spectacular of Spooky Doom, episode 14. Storyboard panel showing complex horror technology in action. Look at this. Gorgeous. Look at this. I get exhausted just looking at it. A lot of work on that page. These guys. Man. Amazing background scenes, amazing technology. I love this right here. The station that he's sitting on. That's pretty dope. Background designs are fantastic. Look at that. You have these beautiful background designs, and then you have these colorists that come in and just make it pop. So like here. No, they don't have it. I would have liked to see in the adjacents. It's hard to... No, none of these. Yeah. I would have loved to seen the pencil and then the colors. Here's one. This is beautiful. So look at this right here. You got this is the penciled, and then this is the colored. Oh, it's just beautiful. Some more pages. Background designs again. Just beautiful background designs. What is this? What am I looking at? This spread, the exposure sheets, sometimes called X sheets or dope sheets, are a tool for directors to describe exactly how each animated movement should be timed on screen. It looks like a bunch of just jumble stuff, but they're able to read that. Crazy. I've never seen that before, so that was pretty dope. You gotta look into that stuff. Damn. Stock speed lines reference pack. So they create their own speed line stock. I'm sure that it's protected, intellectually protected. This is nice. Right here, that pencil page. That is freaking cray. Get on the bus. Get on the bus. I look at that bus and it reminds me of Catch the Crazies, the bus. All right. So it's just every episode synopsis basically broken down here. Pretty fantastic. What is the average lifespan of a series that takes off, becomes popular, before they get canceled? A secret comics laboratory writing and designing the Zim comics. A downer ending. Despite the monumental effort behind the scenes, Zim, the series, was a short-lived beast. Nickelodeon produced 2 seasons, 20 episodes in 1 season, and 7 in season 2 for a total of 27 episodes, and only aired about 3/4 of them during its initial run in 2001 and 2002. Low ratings and the relatively expensive production costs for Zim were the 1-2 punches of doom for the series. Nickelodeon's sister channel, Nicktoons, finally broadcast the remaining unaired episodes in 2006. What seems like a downer ending wasn't. Throughout its brief run and well after cancellation, Zim received positive press and was showered with awards and nominations, winning a Primetime Emmy, an Annie Award, and a World Animation Celebration Award. The Zim crew was also nominated for 6 individual Annies and a Golden Reel Award for the sound design for Motion Picture Sound Editors USA. Beyond the recognition, Zim developed a cult following buoyed by the fan infrastructure developing on the internet and the DVD release of a collection of episodes in 2004 with Anime Works and Nickelodeon, followed by several more collections in various formats. Despite canceling the show, Nickelodeon licenses kept a healthy merchandising flow in stores, which fed the Zim love through malls nationwide via character toy shirts and stuff. As late as 2011, there was even enough critical mass among Zim fans to justify its own convention in Atlanta dubbed InvaderCon, which was followed by his second event in 2012, InvaderCon 2, DoomCon, which took place in Los Angeles. Both featured special. Continue on page 190. You're killing me. I gotta go to 190 now? This is beautiful right here. You want me to go to 190 and skip this beautiful art? That's crazy. That's nice. I like this. Guest artists and voice actors from the crew, even Jonan himself for the California event. A single standalone Zim comic by Jonan was published in Nickelodeon magazine, which is the lone Zim-related comic example until 2015 when Oni Press released a new series of Invader Zim stories. The Zim energy had built to a cresting wave. Pretty dope. This is nice. So, if you're into the history of things, get this book. If you like storyboards, get this book. If you like the art of, get this book. And if you don't, gift this book. Give it to somebody. This was a beautiful, well worth it, must have book. Definitely I need to spend time understanding why something as popular as Invader Zim died out. Try not to repeat that because the crazies will be on TV. That is my purpose. That is my mission. That is my goal. Which is currently running on Kickstarter. So for all of you out there, please back the crazies because we want the crazies to become just as popular and have that cult following as Invader Zim. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You have the credits in the back. What acknowledgments. Fantastic book. Invader Zim. Go out and pick it up. Check out our Kickstarter for Catch the Crazies. We have 25 more days. We're 186% funded. We have a lot of stretch goals. We're looking for 50 backers for the next stretch goal. We're at 22 backers right now. I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera. If you want your book to be featured on What's in the Box, just email me at contact@catchthecraze.com and let's talk. Talk to you soon. Peace.
What's in the box?